Já dá pra atualizar ali. Cadê as luzes? Tá estranho, muito perto. Não tava assim.
Mas cadê o vídeo?
Não tava assim.
Quer mais aí?
Uhum. Na verdade, acho que eu vou trocar assim. Não, peraí. Ah, agora sim. Ah, deixa eu ver.
Aqui é o vivo agora.
Deixa eu...
Vou
Aí,
te mandar
copia e
no
cola
Discord.
ali. Não, não me manda nada. Copia e cola. Você não consegue editar aqui? We're about to start in just a minute. É, você tem que colar e copiar e colar lá, mas vamos deixar tudo aqui. Pronto. Quer que eu faça isso? Você manda... Não, eu tenho que mandar o link. Eu mando o link, então.
Tô procurando onde que aparece aqui.
Você tá logado no meu?
Tô.
Então,
Pra
aí,
editar.
vídeos.
Eu não tô aparecendo.
Aí esse é o anterior, vai lá, copia tudo. Aqui. Let me just send a new link.
Escreve tipo new link, alguma coisa aqui.
Uhum.
Sim, new links.
Ah, né, pode ser. Mas você não colocou o link novo. Cadê o link pra vocês clicarem?
Ah, esse eu coloco.
Não, não, não. Coloca. Coloca
Ah,
embaixo.
entendi.
Não, coloca isso e coloca embaixo o link.
Porque esse daqui é o novo.
Ah, entendi. Então põe no velho. Ok. Hi, guys. Deixa eu baixar o volume aqui. Tá. Just... Tá, acho que dá pra ver. All right. Hello. I can hear you. Yay. Awesome. Okay, I had trouble connecting my old link to this live. Doing live streams is kind of new to me, so I still have trouble. But and now they're yeah. Let me get this. Okay. All right. So if you guys don't know, you can download this line work. It's a digital version of the line. Yeah, it's the digital line work that you can paint with me during this live. You can also print it out and paint it with whatever materials you like to use. And you can just have fun and relax painting a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna use gouache, but like I have these that are not exactly gouache, but they kind of are, and I don't know what's the actual difference between this kind of paint to gouache. It's very similar to me, so I'm gonna use whatever I have. Gouache paints are really expensive, so so yes, the LIGHTBOX EXPO link is going to be updated to this one right here because I had trouble connecting the live stream to the actual scheduled video, so that's what happened. So I have my brushes here. So I sent them the new link, and they might be oh, that's good to know that other panelists had this issue too, because oh, they say that it should be updated, so I think it's all good now. Okay. Oops. Alright, so I'm using gouache. Hopefully I will be able to do something with gouache. It's been a long time since I don't use gouache to paint anything. Just, you know, a couple of sketches and stuff like that. And this is watercolor paper. And I'm very nervous because I don't want to mess it up because this paper is so good. It's Arches paper. And I really don't want to mess it up and, you know, lose the paper. And the gouache. The gouache is also expensive. It works on LIGHTBOX now. Great. Awesome. That's awesome. All right. Let me get my... So does anybody know the actual difference between this kind of paint and the gouache paint? It's tempera. I don't know how to say it. I'm Brazilian, and I wouldn't be saying it right anyway in English, but if you know, I would love to know. Please share with us. I shouldn't start with the black one, so let's see. I'm improvising here, okay? Just so you know. Getting my paint ready. Yes, you can paint digitally. It's up to you. You can download the digital version of the line work and just go for it. Any medium that you want to use is fine by me. Just have fun. Tempera doesn't have texture. It's between watercolor and acrylics. Oh. So to me, like, gouache is that middle ground, isn't it? Anyway. Like, it's opaque, but it's still, you can still use it like, almost like watercolor. To me, they're all very similar anyway. Gonna start with her skin. Let's see. Faz o favor. Pega papel toalha, pedaço, tá bom? Obrigada. Sim, eu sou brasileira. I'm Brazilian. I couldn't print the drawing either. I think I'll paint it digitally. Yeah, you can. You can do it digital. It doesn't really matter. And you can also change whatever you want and make it your own, you know, your own version of it, like almost like a paint it in your own style, like draw it in your style. Paint it in your style. Do you guys also feel like you don't want to use your best papers or, you know, best paints or whatever traditional mediums you have because they are so expensive? And then you just end up not using them even though you bought them. Does that happen to you? Helps to do small paintings first to get past that feeling. That's true. Only with paper. Definitely me with my Copics. Yeah. If I buy sketchbooks that are too good, I simply cannot start. Okay, so I'm not the only one. I can see that. And like the prices in Brazil are even like crazier. And when I traveled to the US, I usually buy some things there because it ends up being less expensive for me than buying them in Brazil, which is kind of weird. Because I'll be paying in dollars, and dollars are expensive for Brazilians, but it's less expensive than buying them here. I think the Brazilian people who are here understand what I'm saying, what I mean by that. Brazil has too big of a social gap. Yes, that's true. My friends keep on giving me judgmental looks every time I use cheap watercolor paper. Yes. I don't know. I prefer using the cheap ones too, just because I feel more comfortable, and I know that if I mess up, it wasn't like hundreds of dollars on, materials. And it's, even if you do use it, they end, like, you run out of them. You run out of the supplies. So you have to constantly be buying more. So it shouldn't be that expensive. But oh well. Coming from Norway, I feel one of the most expensive countries in the world. Really? Everything sounds cheaper in the US compared to Europe. But if I try to order something from the US, then it's 60 euros of transport. Wow. That is too much. 60 euros of like shipping? That's too much. I'm going for a looser kind of look here. I don't know the look that will actually achieve, but let's wing it. Can do this. I also like to use inks. I feel like they're more accessible and a little bit easier to, start on your own, just doing stuff. I want this to kind of fade. It's been such a long time since I don't use gouache like this. I'm like not even sure what I'm doing, but I like that the gouache kind of wakes up with some water. So, and that's also, that can be bad as well. Because if you're going for like a lot of layers, that doesn't work very well with gouache. I feel like Yes, that's a brush. Somebody asked something about the brush. That is Skoda. Let me see if I can show you. No, I don't want it to. I don't know if you can see it, but it's called Skoda, and it's from Spain. The company is from Spain. Yeah, let's just go with it. Sorry, I think I missed a lot of questions here. I'm exaggerating, but yeah, the shipping never compensates. Yeah. Where do you live in Europe, Mariana? Can you hear me even though I'm looking the other way, like reading your comments? Can you still hear me? Yes, over time, as you progress, investing in quality materials and using them feels freeing. That's true. As if materials isn't fighting against you. Yes, that's true. Oh, Portugal, that's cool. Are you tired of all the panels and live streams you're doing for Lightbox? Yes. Yeah, it gets pretty exhausting. Like at the end of the day, you're kind of like, it feels like you are in the actual physical version of the event, of the expo, because you're just really exhausted. But that's for the all the lives and the yeah, it's energy invested into something, but it's being really fun. I thought I would be more, kind of stuck and nervous to do this, but I've been enjoying, and I don't know, maybe I'll keep doing live streams even after Lightbox ends, because I think they're fun. I'm gonna try to kind of have a smoother edge here. Adding some water to my brush, to my very stiff brush you guys mentioned. I was like, I didn't want to use this brush like for the longest time. I didn't want to use it, not because it's not good, I really like it, but because it's white. The how do you say it, the hair of the brush is white, and as I use it, it's not gonna be white again, and I don't want to mess it up. I want it to continue being white like the way it came, like the way it's supposed to be. That's just so silly, but I'm that way in some things. I don't want to mess the things up. I want them to be like the way they came to me, like perfect. It's so weird. But I have to, work through that, because otherwise I won't use anything, and what's the point? Sometimes we kind of like overvalue the materials we are using. Like if there's, it's a tool, right? It's not the final product. It's not like the final piece. We're not creating this. We're using this to create something that is our own, that is, creative and artistic, and we can't be afraid of using our materials. Otherwise, we won't create, and the point is to create. I know it's different, but I get the same feeling with makeup brushes. Yeah, no, I think it's the same. I think it's pretty much the same feeling. Do you know your color palette ahead of time, or you just decide as you go? For this one, actually I was going to just experiment and use whatever, but I decided to do a quick color study just to get me situated, like what will work and what will not. So I just, like, right before we started the stream, I was just, doing a quick color study. But I like to improvise anyway, so maybe I won't stick with that. Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't like to have it all like perfectly blend before I start doing things, because as I do them, I kind of change my opinion about what would be nice to do. You know what I mean? And I kind of want it to look, I kind of want you to see the brush strokes. Like, I want it to be, I don't want it to be like perfectly rendered. So I need to really pay attention to my brush strokes so they make sense and look okay, because I don't want to render them. And I think like gouache is kind of hard to do that, because you start waking up the color beneath, like underneath that layer, and it kind of starts to go, look weird. Anyone else is like tired of sitting on your desk? Because like I think my butt is like, what the hell are you doing to us? Not that I don't sit around all the time, but like it's different. I can move around and sit in other places, but and my chair is like starting to feel old and kind of stiff. Like I don't know how you say it, but kind of lost the softness. Yes, a little bit. I am terrified of acrylics, and just transition into some other paint that isn't watercolor. terrified of acrylics. You know, I said that in other lives that I did, but I'm gonna say it again. I try when I like kind of get scared of doing something like this is scary. I think to myself like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna screw it up, maybe. But you know, am I in danger? If I screw it up, will I die? No, like you're not in actual danger, so it's okay. Like there's nothing to be afraid of. So I try to put it, you know, a little bit in perspective and see that it doesn't really make sense to be afraid of creating something or using a specific material. Yeah, if that makes sense. Okay. Thank you, that makes sense. What makes sense? I don't even know what I said anymore. That's okay, you missed the beginning. It's fine. There wasn't a lot happening anyway. Okay, I'm gonna let the skin just rest a little. I think I'm gonna go to flowers just because like I'm looking forward to painting those flowers and I don't think I can wait. I just want to do it. Okay, a little bit of this. I'm mixing my colors, so it looks really boring, but that's because I'm mixing my colors in the like off screen. So I'm gonna leave this here just like that because they don't pay me to show you that. I'm just kidding. Let me grab a piece of paper. It's good to always have like a piece of paper that you can just test the colors you want to use. Also, do you guys think it's like too dark? Because I don't have a good lighting. I don't have a good setup anyway. But like the lighting is kind of kind of weird. I hope you can see it. Maybe I should have started with the flowers because now I don't want to. That's good to me. Okay, thank you. Are we having streaming problems? It seems like it's working here. Is it frozen for you? I refreshed the page and it popped back in. Okay. Good. think I'm gonna change my brush now because this one is getting a little too big. And it's weird when you kind of like, when you're broadcasting this through a camera, you can just, be with your face right in the drawing. And that's how I usually do it. So I have to adjust myself. And not get too close because you start seeing like the top of my head if I get too close, and I'll block the view. Okay, so I'm gonna change to a smaller brush. Let's see. A little bit smaller. No, this is too round. You know what? I'm gonna stick with this one because I like the tip that this one has. And I have another one here ready to go if I need to change it. Okay, a little bit more water. I never really learned like properly how to use these materials. Never really had, classes and actually learned from a professional or a teacher or someone who wants to teach me anything. I've just, started to do it my own. And so if you see something strange, I kind of have to be intuitive, like, knowing when to add more water or less water, and dry your brush a little bit. So it's kind of intuitive, so I can't really explain much what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Mostly I can't explain why I'm doing it. It's just I just feel that I have to do that. We're still good. My video view gave me the buffering icon, but refresh is working now. Okay, awesome. If we do have problems, please let me know, and just so I don't keep talking to myself and and you kind of miss the anything that I'm doing. I think I want more water now for the back part of the flowers. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Now the back part of the flower, I think I kind of want it to look more like watercolor than like opaque gouache. So let's see how it looks. Trying not to smudge anything with my hand. This paper is still good. I don't know how. I realized that paper kind of have their, expiration date. You can't just use them forever. Actually, you can, but they won't look the same as if they were brand new. And I didn't know that, so I had this paper lying somewhere in my apartment, and I, stopped using, like, for a while I stopped using traditional materials, and this is it's arches paper. I don't want to mess it up, so it just stood there, like, just waiting for me to someday come back and use it. And then it started to appear like some blobs of I don't know what that are kind of yellow, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to use those because I don't want this like going bad. They're too expensive for that, so I prefer to mess it up but use it than have like whatever that is, mold, I don't know what that is, mess it up. And that's the paper I chose for today. Today's live stream. Because, it's paper. You don't think that it's gonna go bad. Maybe, the paint will, but the paper, like, what? But it does go bad. It's weird. Hi, Marie. Hi, Mateus. I'm just kind of messing up like that. I can make long straight line while my hand on the sky. Do you guys have any questions you want to ask? So who is here from Lightbox Expo, and who is here just because you saw that the live stream was going on YouTube? I think most people is from Lightbox. Most people are. I think most people are, not is. Again, I'm Brazilian. English is not my first language, so bear with me, please. Lightbox. Lever style, thank you, Megan. Paper goes bad? I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't either. So watch out for your papers. Your English is great, thank you. Thank you so much. Lightbox. Okay, so I guess everyone is from Lightbox. That's awesome. Thank you. I know there's like a lot going on, like all the time and at the same time. So thank you for being here and spending this time with me, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on, and yeah. Does anyone else painting the... Yeah, is anyone else painting the line art? I think, let me see what I want to do now. I don't know. been streaming for 45 minutes. Okay, think we're good. I may not finish this today, but I don't know if I can finish in another hour, a little bit more. Okay, I think I want to do her lips now. Okay. So today I still have like 2 other panels to premiere. And it's, yeah, they're gonna be fun. One is like my process creating whimsical illustrations. And so it's like the full process from start to finish, and it's not like it was pre-recorded, so it's not a live stream, because live streams can get boring to watch, but when it's recorded you kind of can, you know, take out all the things that, you know, make it less dynamic. And so I have that, and I have one that is about discovering, developing your own style, your art style. So it's called Discover Yourself, Develop Your Style. Because I feel like we are our style, you know? And if you want to have a unique style, you have to learn like more about yourself and use the things that make you, you know what I mean? So that's what that panel is about. So they're both happening this afternoon. Let me drink some water. For example, a moment like this is pretty boring. So it's not like that on the other demo that will be premiering. Okay, digitally. Okay, Danielle, I never have used this type of palette. Do you ever play with different palette combos, or is it signature combo for you? I kind of developed a signature combo for me, but that's kind of new. It wasn't like, I didn't do that before. So like having a pre-selected combination of colors, like a color palette, is really helpful. And you know, you spend less of your energy trying to figure out how you're going to paint and, you know, the colors that you're going to use, because you are limited to those colors. And I kind of use that now, but that wasn't always the case, and I'm not sure until when I will be using that, because I can't get tired of it, and I tend to get tired of things very quickly. But so far so good. I've been liking that. If you see my Instagram, you can, you know, you understand what I'm talking about, like the color palette that I kind of created for myself. It's pretty obvious there in my feed. Yeah. Let me just, I'm creating this color here, mixing my colors so I can come back. Hold on. I think I'm gonna start this way. you know, because I'm right-handed, sometimes I forget that if I paint this way, if I start painting this way and go that way, this is gonna be wet when I paint, and it's kind of, you know, it's easy for me to smudge things. But if I start the other way, then it's a little bit easier not to mess it up. So these kinds of things are like things that you have to think about on traditional medium, but not in digital. So when you're coming from a digital background, you kind of don't think about those things. You kind of forget that that could happen. And I am more digital than traditional. So I have to keep reminding myself that this way works better for me. And like when it's oil painting or something like that, you can't really touch it. So there are people who use like a little, I don't know how it's called, it's something that you hold here and then you paint with the other hand like holding, and you never really touch the painting. And I never used that, but I keep imagining like that must be hard. You still have to be precise with your brush stroke, so that must be really hard. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. I watched the video last night that you did about your hypnotherapy. Yes, it was actually really helpful. Oh, thank you. It's good to know. I wasn't expecting much from that panel, but you know, I had a good amount of people coming to me saying that it was really helpful, it was really relaxing, that they were needing that. They needed that, but they didn't even know. So it was really cool to kind of introduce that, and you know, I know people were not expecting that at all. But I think it's so important for our creativity to, you know, have that kind of awareness. And yeah, I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much. I think it's starting to look okay, because at the beginning it's kind of weird because there's like all this weird spaces that are not, you know, with paint, that were not painted, like between two colors, and it looks weird at first. But I think it's starting to take some form. Let's see, what else? Digital. I think I'll share my page on Twitter later. Oh, cool. You can, you know, use whatever hashtag you want, or just tag me. I don't know what hashtag we could use. So I can see your painting as well. Maybe like paint with me, hashtag paint with me Danielle, maybe something like that. Paint with me Piali, so that no other Danielle will come in and steal my hashtag. Yeah, paint with me, Danielle P. It even rhymes. That is perfect. No, it's just paint with Danielle P. Okay. Paint with Danielle P. That works. I'm excited to see what you're creating and how you're painting the lines. Like I said, feel free to change anything you want to change. Like, you can change the line work as well if you want. You're free to do whatever. Just be creative and have fun. Oh, there are two here. The other panels, they are recorded, but the chat is open. So if you guys want to watch it, we can, chat at the same time. So that's pretty cool. I'm eating olives. Can you speak to the inspiration behind this piece? I think we all wear masks, and it's powerful to think about. Yeah. Hold on. Oops. So the inspiration behind this piece. I think it's... Oh, hold on. I'm having trouble with this paint here. I think it's kind of dry. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. So yes, not only we do have masks, but we do wear masks, but there's something else to it, because like sometimes we kind of pretend that we're in a mood that we are not, and like no one can see that you're actually not, feeling that way. Sometimes we do wear those masks like like all the time, that we kind of forget that we're, that we're masking something, that we're hiding something. And I mean like emotion wise, not like, not like about character, but about emotions. And sometimes we're like not lying to other people, but kind of lying to ourselves, and not, being aware of our own emotions, and just going with it, just going with what other people want us to do or whatever, and we're not really connected to our feelings and our emotions about it. And I feel like our emotions are like a compass, like they're signs that kind of guide us to kind of know what's going on inside. How healthy you are mentally, and physically as well, because it changes our emotions. Our body changes our emotions, and our emotions change our body. They're interconnected. Putting on mask of happiness when you're actually anxious and nervous. Yeah. Exactly. And it's easier to put on the mask and not acknowledge the actual feeling behind it. But it has to be addressed, and it has to be taken care of and healed. So you have to pay attention to it. In order for it to heal, you have to feel it. You have to let it run its course, and then you can let it go. But you have to feel it no matter what it is, because like every emotion is valid. So I think that's kind of the thought process behind this. If that makes sense to you. Because sometimes it gets a little deep. Okay. It's so refreshing to hear you speak to this. It's clear you have a self-care practice, a mindset nutritional coach. Wow, that's so cool. And I've seen our world, not a lot of artists take care of themselves. That is true. Because we feel like we need to draw all the time, and that's energy going out. So you need to balance that, and you need to take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, whatever, energetically. It's easy for us to kind of get lost in that idea that we have to produce and study and just do, and never really giving ourselves time to recover. And also, like, not just the mental and emotional issues can appear, but also like physical problems, like hand, wrists, elbows and shoulders and lower back and upper back. Like, many problems can appear. Like, when you're young, you don't really feel those things, and you think it's BS, but it really isn't. If you don't if you don't have a limit and you just keep going forever, you're gonna hurt yourself, like, at least in the long term. So it's good to just be aware of that and don't push yourself too hard. Also, like, you need the downtime also to be creative. So your best ideas will come in the relaxation, in the downtime. And so if you're just doing, you will, I don't know, I think you kind of don't have that moment of just being and letting new ideas and new ways of doing things come in and access you. Like feeling like an imposter as an artist. Yes. I think all of us feel that way. like sooner or later we're gonna feel that, and sometimes sooner and later it doesn't really matter. Sometimes it does not matter the amount of success you have, you still feel like you will be, you know, your mask will fall. And people will know that you actually don't know what you're doing. But like, I guess no one really knows what they're doing, just doing. Oops. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do next. Okay, I'm gonna do her eyes next. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. I feel like sometimes, at least personally, I don't want to show those emotions to strangers or feel weak, so a mask is just the answer. It feels unsafe to be authentic sometimes. This makes me feel so sad. Oh, in the moment, I have to ask, am I deciding this? Oh, okay. You have to ask yourself if you're deciding that it's unsafe or if it actually is. There's something that we have, like our instinct is to feel unsafe because, like, years and years and years ago, it was unsafe for us to be rejected because that meant death, because we had to be in a group in order to survive. But that's like that's, you know, cave people. You have to have a group in order to survive, and that instinct of having to have a group, that instinct is still with us. So we do feel that it's unsafe to be ourselves because we fear that we are going to be rejected, and that fear is like, it's like your subconscious mind telling you that if they reject you, you might die. You are going to die. Like, you don't have another option. So that's how I justify it. It's a natural thing, like, to, fear rejection, but we can work around this, and because we're not in danger, not really, not anymore, and it's a good thing that you stop and think, and ask yourself, like, is that really unsafe, or am I just, is that an excuse? And that's where it comes from, but the fear is legit, like the fear is real, but the threat isn't. I have no issue telling you all that I've been doing this for 15 years and I still have no idea what I'm doing. Yes. Exactly. And that's like sometimes, like, people who are new, like, to whatever field actually, but like, let's say art, but that doesn't only apply to art, but you always think like other people know exactly what they're doing and they're so good and they're so, so badass doing that, and we have an idea and we build that idea for someone else, but we don't really know how they feel. That's the energy that they pass to us, but like, we don't really know how they feel. And most of the times they, you know, feel like they don't know what they're doing either. And yeah, that happens. I think you're gonna like my panels if you haven't watched the first one, but like the other, the Develop Your Style is also um, going to be cool. But I don't know which one I said I talked about this, because they're kind of they're all merged in my mind because I recorded everything like close to one another. But yeah, I talk a little bit about this in one of those panels. I just checked out your website. I'm over the moon. Oh, thank you. What a beautiful combination of offerings. I'm wanting to blend my services of mindset, oh, cool, coaching, healthy habits, development, and nutrition. That is so cool. Perhaps for creatives or with art, illustrated cookbook. Any idea of combining two careers? Yes, I actually did a cookbook, an illustrated cookbook. I kid you not, I really did that. But I only did it in Portuguese, so I only had the Brazilian version because I'm plant-based. So I did like vegan dishes that you can do at home that are really simple and delicious. And then I did that, which is funny because now you said, yeah, what? Yeah. And I was wondering how I could, you know, link those things. And, you know, you end up being more you when you start linking things that are not, you know, usually connected about yourself, that like drawing and, you know, nutrition isn't, it doesn't seem connected, but you find a way to deliver both. It's really cool. And I think it would be fine doing that because it's more pleasant to see a cookbook that is like beautiful than just one that is just have, you know, photos and written stuff. So yeah, that would be cool. Let's see what else. Any ideas? Yeah, so illustrated cookbook would be really cool. And you can focus that on creatives. Like, I think I'm just, you know, brainstorming and giving you ideas, but you could, you know, develop kind of a way of eating or a diet or whatever that works, and, you know, for your creativity, that gives your creativity a boost. The brain functioning, like, helps your brain to function better so you can, you know, focus more, or, you know, be more creative, be more productive, and feel great. I don't know. And you can, you know, sell that to artists and creatives. Like, that would be your niche. Yeah, I think you can do those things together, and it would be cool. Where can I find your book? It's sold out, I guess. Yeah, I think it's sold out. And it was in Portuguese anyway, so you wouldn't really understand. But I had people from Canada buying, even though it was in Portuguese. But yeah, it's sold out, so I can even show you. I don't think I have a copy. Let me see if I have a copy. No, I don't even have a copy for myself. It sold out, like, to the last copy. Sorry. I'm not, you know, attached to my products or my art in general. So, you know, it's okay that I don't have my own copy. I'm not attached to that. So I just sold everything, which is cool. I wasn't expecting to sell any of, you know, because it's so specific, and yeah. I have chills. Getting a bit emotional to hear you say you become more you when you connect things about yourself that seems unrelated. Yeah, I think that's true. I'm glad that you like it. You like things that I'm saying. I know it's not like the usual, I think, that people are talking on their panels and their lives, but I think it's also important. I don't know. um, that's quotable. I love that. Thank you. So I'm trying to do the line here, but I think I have too much water on my brush and it's not coming out very nicely. I think I'm gonna leave the hair for later. Oh, I think what I can do now is this mask, because I want it to be lighter, and I'll leave the lines for later as well. I mean, we're already 77 minutes, so how long do we have? We have like 2 hours? Okay. I finished coloring. Yay! I wish you could, send the... I wish you could, just share with us in the chat your version, but I don't think there's a way to add attachment. Get yourself a super fan. Yay! Thank you for connecting with me. It has meant so much. Oh, thank you. No, I don't even have words. It's nice when you see someone, meet someone that understands you and feel the same way about things and are interested in talking about the same things. So it's really nice. Thank you for that. Okay, so let me do the other face. I think I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom real quickly in a bit because I've been drinking lots of water. I want it to be light. Let's see, is that light enough? Where's my paper? Maybe. Let's go for it. Yeah, that's not light enough, I think. I wish I could play some music in the background, but copyright. YouTube and copyright is like, I can't really put any song because they will start, I think they will cut the stream. I don't have songs of my own that I can share. um, maybe in a near future. Who knows? Okay, I really need to pee. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. I've actually seen a lot of mental health. Oh, that's great. Discussions and the panels in Lightbox Expo, which I think is great. Oh, that's great. That's awesome that people are talking about it more. I'm gonna, let me write down the hashtag that we created. It's paint with, oops, Danielle P. You can use that hashtag that I wrote on the chat, and you can post or just send me, but posting is nice because we can see each other's art. Okay, hold on. I need to go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna clean my water. Oops. Okay, I'm back. Oof. I feel relieved. And now that we kind of, everything is on, it's like a live, everything is like a Zoom call, everything is, you know, something that we're live somewhere. I'm like over aware of what I'm bringing with me to the bathroom because I don't want anyone hearing me peeing or, you know, seeing me peeing, because I've seen many videos of that on the internet of people just forgetting that they have the camera on. Which is funny, but we don't want to be that person. On Twitter, well, anywhere you want. It can be Instagram, it can be Twitter, it can be Facebook, but I don't really use Facebook as much. I don't use Twitter as much as well, but I prefer to go to Twitter to see your art than to Facebook. But well, you can post anywhere you want. Oh, I do have a Discord server as well, so in case you want to join there and we, you know, can keep talking afterward. And we're gonna do a magma session later, so if you guys want to also join, and then we can draw and paint together. It's gonna be fun. I think I want a little bit of white, or maybe not. I don't know. I have a growing list of replays to watch. Yeah, I get that. I got sad that some of the things don't have a replay because they're like Zoom calls or something like that. And I missed like some of the panels I wanted to watch. And I don't know if I will be able to watch it again, like not again, but you know, if there will be a replay. Okay, just trying to make it a little bit lighter. With a tiny bit of white there. Where's your Discord link? Você postou o link do Discord? I'm gonna post the Discord link here. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna post in the chat when I find it. Okay, and I think that's it. All right, it's in the chat. So let me know if it works. Let's see. I don't know why it has like a bunch of chat rooms, but we're going to everyone here. So Dragonborn just came in. So it's working, I think. Because some people had trouble with that link. I don't know why, but they did have trouble. But like at the same time, there are other people like joining normally, so I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can do this without messing everything up. Is it working still? Yeah. Okay, Dragonborn is me. Awesome. Welcome. So if you want to post there what you did, the painting you did, I'd love to see it. This line work is not coming out nicely. It's just, it looks bad. It looks real bad. Like in person it looks worse than it looks in on the camera. Let me see my colors here. I'm gonna need more of this and a little bit of this color, and let's see. Maybe I don't need like actual very defined lines, but I want it to be a little bit darker on the edge. This is hard. Everything's on purpose. That's a total lie. That is a total lie. I'm sorry. At least for me in this piece, it's not, nothing is on purpose here. Now, I'm not gonna say nothing, but like, there are many things here that are not on purpose, but, well, some accidents are happy accidents, while others are just accidents. Let me see on this card if you guys have sent to me. Oh, that's so cool. That's so beautiful. I love the mask. I love it. I really love it. That's so good. And it actually made me realize that this is still too dark. This face of hers, this mask here. I want it to be lighter. Well, at least you can make it lighter on with gouache. My gosh, I totally forgot the name of the paint. With gouache you can make it lighter, but try doing that with watercolors. Can't do that. So I think I like gouache better because of that. But they're both great. I just find watercolor more difficult. And maybe like just okay. I think I want to move on to her hair now, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with the edge and the lines. But I want her hair to be black, so I'm thinking if I should use inks or stay with the gouache. I think I'm gonna stay with the gouache. Okay, I think this brush is okay. Ugh, wish me luck. Sorry, my chat froze. R versus okay, R versus artists. Becoming independent. Making a living of art. Oh, cool. That's all that's going on right now? Or they were talking about that's about the mental health, or what's that about? Is it frozen? Can you see what I'm doing? I think I'm frozen. Oh. I don't think I'm frozen. I think it's just delayed. We can see. Great. Yeah, about mental health. Okay. Thank you. That's great. It's so important. Ooh, almost did something bad there. Right here. Almost. Now, this brush, on the other hand, is very soft. So it's getting a little hard to paint with it. Because it's more like a watercolor brush, so I'm gonna change to another one. But I do not want to use the one with the white hair because it's pink. It's still cute, but I don't want to make it black. Let me see another one here. Maybe this one. This is also good because it's a little bit smaller. Yeah, this one I feel like I have more control. I need to practice more using watercolors and using, well, gouache, because I like using gouache better. So I need to practice more and just do it and not be scared, because like this is really tense for me right now. And I was like thinking that I could put this original for sale like right after I end this live, if I'm able to finish. But I'm like constantly rethinking that and like, oh, but it's not good enough, but it's not as pretty. It didn't turn out that well done. So I'm still kind of convincing myself not to put it up for sale on my shop. Yesterday I did this live that was You Choose I Draw live, and during the week I asked people, actually did a few polls for people to decide what the illustration was going to be. So it was kind of a collaboration. And then I did the live yesterday. I created the illustration and I put it up for sale. But then I was like, but you know what? It doesn't look as good. Because I usually don't finish and, you know, consider it. It's rare when I do that. Just consider it finished like right after I end it. Because I like to go back to it and like maybe the next day, maybe a few hours later to see if I really like it. Or, you know, I have to look at it with, you know, fresh eyes to see if it's actually what I thought it was. And it's impressive how it can change, you know, to our own eyes from just, you know, 1 hour. Like in 1 hour spent, you can look at it, and then 1 hour later you come back to it, and then it's different. It feels different, and you notice some things that you could have done, and you notice some things that you actually like, but you wasn't, you know, you weren't very sure before. So I like to do that. And when I did the live stream, I had to, you know, finish everything in one take, and everybody was watching, and I was talking to everybody. So it was kind of tough. And it didn't turn out like I wanted to, because I don't know, maybe later I'll look at it again and say, no, it's actually fine. But right now I'm like, I could have done this differently. I could have changed that. Sometimes it's so annoying to be an artist. It's kind of our minds won't leave us alone. Thanks for making it safe to be authentic. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you. Definitely, I think we should take our time. Yes. Yes, we also need to contradict that feeling a bit. Yes, that's true. You know, sometimes we never, you know, feel like a piece is finished, is good enough, but you have to abandon it. You have to call it done. Because otherwise it's gonna be there forever, and maybe you will try to fix everything, and you're gonna kind of start a new piece from that, or you won't show the world, and it's gonna, you know, sit there forever and never see the day of light, and that's not good either, because I mean, we create for people to see, otherwise, like, I don't know, that's a weird topic, because I feel like we need to create for ourselves, but we create for other people to see and connect to that. So there's no point to create something and keep it hidden from the world. So yeah, that's right. We need to contradict that, and we need to, you know, stop and think, like, ask ourselves, like, is it something that I'm going to fix like tomorrow and then post it? Or am I just being, you know, insecure about it? Because those are very different things. And so, yeah, I don't know if this piece will be up on my shop afterwards, because I don't know how it's going to be at the end. Maybe I'll just, you know, screw it up like big time, and I won't be able to sell it anyway, because I'm kind of attracting that now. I feel like just talking about this, I'm kind of attracting some huge accident here. So I'm gonna go ahead and change subject. I'm very stuck because of that. Yeah, we can get very stuck. Because we don't feel like it's ready, we don't feel like it's good enough. But yeah, like there's that kind of famous quote that a piece of art is never finished but abandoned, and we do have to abandon it. And sometimes we do finish it. Like, to me, it's like I'm done with that, but it's kind of like you can always keep tweaking things, you can always do things to it, and so it's never really done, but you have to call it done, or it won't see, you know, the light of day, and people won't be able to look at it, won't be able to, you know, relate to it, to connect to it, to feel something when they look at it, and that's not what we want. What else should we talk about now? I feel like the paper is not letting me, I think the texture of the paper is like not allowing me to do this the way I want it to do, because I want to do it like straight, and it's doing that. Of course I'm gonna blame on the paper. But it's like very textured, so I think it's the texture. It isn't me, okay? I'm telling you, it's not me. It's beginning to take form. What do I do next? Maybe we can have her cheeks like more hold on. It dries out really fast on the palette here. Let's see, maybe I'm gonna need another brush to help me out with this. So let me clean this brush right here. Seguidas água pra mim, por favor. Troca pra mim. Pode trocar. Já deu 2 horas? Já deu? Wow, we are almost done with the live and I haven't finished. That's great. Okay. I did want to make it like more simple before, but kind of didn't. It didn't work out. I don't know why. I was kind of excited, and then I started, you know, making it a little bit more complex because I was pretty sure that I would be able to finish this because I was out. That's why, because I was going to do it with inks instead of gouache. But then I decided to go with gouache, and it takes more time. That's okay. If I don't like this, I can always do the digital version as well, or do another one. I think my brush is kind of dirty with the previous paint. I don't want this. Get out. Let's see here. I'm gonna keep on pausing because my iPad's died. That's okay. I'm gonna end the streaming here, and when I finish this piece, I will post it. So if you don't follow me on my social media, please go ahead and follow. So Danielle Piali Art on Instagram. So my YouTube channel, you're here right now, so you can go ahead and subscribe if you want. I have a bunch of videos posted and more coming up, and my Artist Alley booth is 316. That's my shop. That's my website with my schedule and everything that is still going to happen, because I have still to have 2 panels. And I will be doing drawing session on Magma. So yeah, go to Discord. You can find the Discord link here if you haven't seen it on the chat. And let me stay still for a bit. And yeah, let's hang out and chat a little bit. And I want to see all of your painted versions of this piece. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Discord or around. Thank you.